That was my reaction when Castlevania Advanced Collection was revealed. Yeah, I've got this. They gave it to me. Who's they? I don't even really know. Some agency that probably doesn't even know who I am. I will probably do something on it. I don't know. But for now, I have Castlevania Advanced Collection, which is very exciting because these are great games. Well, Dracula X is pretty okay. Rondo of Blood would have been much preferable, but I'm okay with what we have here. Now, if we get a Castlevania DS collection, that would be great. So, before I begin Circle of the Moon, which I might try to, like, play all the way through, I'm going to show you a little bit of what you can do if you haven't seen this collection. You can zoom in on Nathan Graves' crotch. Oops. So this is Circle of the Moon stuff. You could change pages and see the character art. I mean, it's nice. Also, this Dracula is a little different, but very similar to the Symphony of the Night Dracula, which is just straight up Gary Oldman. Like, so much of the Dracula movie, Bram Stoker's Dracula, the Coppola one, influenced Symphony of the Night, which then went on to influence the rest of the Castlevania series. Like, this particular version of Dracula, you know, not the dude with the mustache, the Bela Lugosi Dracula, you know? So I find that to be very interesting, that movie influenced, and even the love story with, human beings. And how Alucard was conceived and all that fun stuff. Not conceived, we don't want to know about that. Some of us don't. Man, I think I still have the box for this. Look at this one that they scanned in. This is not the finest specimen of box. I wonder if they just had it lying around a Konami office or something. But, this is the one I like the least, Harmony of Dissonance, and it's still good. But Aria of Sorrow is like almost a 10 out of 10 game for me. I don't remember as much of, Circle of the Moon, because I only played it once when the GBA launched. I just remember it being dark, and the GBA screen being dark. And that didn't help me. The instruction booklet, wow. Well, I will tell you that I, you know, definitely had this, and definitely have been through all of these instruction booklets, because I used to love instruction manuals. Just like for stuff like this, too. Just character descriptions, a little bit of lore. And then, of course, the note pages, which I never used. But I still have most of that stuff, I think. I have the boxes someplace. This is a good feature, because these games have pretty good music. This one in particular. But we'll get to that. This game, unfortunately, did not have great music. Yeah. I don't know what happened here. Like, it was a huge step back, even for the Game Boy Advance. This is one of those things that this game is notorious for, Harmony of Dissonance, is just the music is real. Ugh. And then Aria is good. And then, for Dracula X, you've got... I like this a lot. This SNES version of this song. A, the song is amazing. B, I think the SNES version is perfectly acceptable. Sorry. Okay, anyway. You can play any of the 3 versions. So just a little bit of history. Dracula X is actually the SNES version of Rondo of Blood that was made by a separate studio. And I didn't even know there was such a thing as Rondo of Blood growing up. So I had only played Dracula X. And it was okay. For a classic Castlevania game, it's not too terrible. I think it's just really short compared to the other one and kind of difficult. Last I played it, which was years. Like I said, Aria of Sorrow, 10 out of 10. Just about. This game had good gameplay, and the music kind of suffered a little bit. But still a solid game. It's just this game got as close to Symphony of the Night. I already streamed this. You know, so there's... You could just watch my stream of this at some point, like my full sauce video. But, you know, I was just starting it up to see how the collection is. And yeah, it's great. Like the previous collection. To the point where obviously Konami had nothing to do with this. One thing that's a little weird is on the right there, you can see which souls you have. And it's kind of a little distracting, but if you have the soul, it shows up. So, like, I don't have the soul. So that's a feature you can turn off. Other features, you can rebind and everything, which is great. There's the gadget, the soul gadget. It's a nice addition. Doesn't need to be there. Of course, you have your backgrounds. Play, replay. Save, replay. Okay, so you can save like a little video footage. You got save states. You have pixel perfect mode. You know, I'll probably play Circle of the Moon like this. I mean, it'd just look better for me. You'll be watching it on YouTube, so therefore, or, you know, Twitch and YouTube. So therefore, I'll just do big mode. Big mode's good, that's fine. But yeah, this game, I would highly recommend it. Just as a quick aside, I think the price is good. 20 bucks. I bought it as soon as I could, and then I noticed an email just today saying, hello, we represent Konami, and we would like to know, you like the game Blasphemous, and you more than fit the requirements for a game key. Would you like Castlevania Collection? I'm like, dog, I already bought it. I'm too big of a Castlevania fan to not buy something like this day one. So... Anyway, that's the collection overview. Let us begin Circle of the Moon, a game that, God, I really don't remember too much of, other than some good music, and it's not as Symphony of the Night. I'll explain what that means in a minute. So we'll do standard. We're gonna do... That wallpaper looks pretty good to me. This was a great launch game. Also, decent music quality for GBA. Which is why Harmony of Dissonance was so fucking baffling. It is 1830. At an old Austrian castle. From the worshippers of chaos rise the plea for the return of the Lord of Darkness. it's also very close to October, the spooky month. So I think this is a good playthrough for the spooky months. We crave the presence of the embodiment of suffering. Goblins? The ruler of darkness. Easiest summoning process ever. I have waited for this moment to be awake again, to bask in the darkness and feel moonlight within. Count Dracula, I am honored to be in your presence. Indeed, though I lack my full power, we are preparing the rite to replenish your power. Stop. Morris Baldwin. It's weird how the novel Dracula, like a lot of these names got reshuffled, and you have like descendants of characters from Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's like a kind of a weird side lore. It's almost like, oh god, it's like fan fiction. You cannot be allowed to taint the world. You, I remember, you were one of the vampire killers that sealed me. You've aged. Isn't it Jonathan Morris? Oh, that's Jonathan Harker. It is our duty to see you banished. Actually, now I'm kind of curious. Amusing to use my nemesis's life to return my power. I have no use for children. Begone. Well, that was easy. Hugh! Nathan! Master! Father! No creatures around here. Hugh, are you okay? Yeah. We were just brushed aside and ignored. We have to find Master. I'll go. He's my father. Nathan, you'll just be in the way. Get out of here. I want to find Master as much as anybody. Not as much as me. Just a moment, please. I'm gonna raise the volume, but also I want to look something up. Okay, so the character is Quincy Morris. So it's weird that they just rearranged the name. One thing I don't like about this game that I was hoping they would have changed, and they have not, is, double tap to run. Sorry, it took me a minute to think about that. You have to double tap, left or right to run, and it just kind of sucks a little bit. Because it's weird, because the castle is very exploratory, like Symphony of the Night, but the gameplay feels a lot more like classic Castlevania. I think this was the attempt to combine the games, because this was the first... I think this was the first Metroidvania Castlevania after Symphony. If I'm not mistaken. I feel like it almost got it right, in my recollection. I guess we'll see. I do like this music a lot. This music gets stuck in my head. The animations, by the time you get to Aria, the animations are a lot better as well. Let me just check. Sound settings, high quality sound on. I think I need a little bit more volume too. I'll bring that up a little bit more. Sorry, map button is set to Y. And X is menu? The fuck? Bonehead. Receive Mercury card. Attribute and action cards will create a special effect. These can be set in the menu screen in the DSS. Okay, so this is this game's thing, is the card system. So you need action plus attribute, and you can combine them to get all kinds of weird stuff. Oop, sorry. Yeah, graphically, this looked a lot better on the GBA, aside from the fact that it was so fucking dark. It looked a lot better at GBA launch, to the point where this, to me, looked as good as Aria when it first came out. Which is a little foolish to say, now, looking back. But, you know how games age. That would be an interesting release. The Castlevania games on the N64 for the Switch N64 thing. I wonder if Konami just wants to forget about those games. Oh, I get another card, so... It's interesting, because I have the card. How do you actually use it? I want to check something out here. Dual setup system. So you got Mercury and Salamander. What the fuck? Heart. Let me just check one more thing. Okay, so sub-weapon attack is up plus attack, as I thought it would. Drop down. Special move is R. Dual setup system is L. Oh, it's a fire whip. Yeah, there's sub-weapons, there's level... I mean, yeah, there's a lot of the RPG elements that I was talking about. They're still here. You can still collect armor and stuff. So I've streamed Symphony plenty. I've streamed, Dawn of Sorrow, Aria of Sorrow, Order of Ecclesia. I've streamed Portrait of Ruin. Jonathan! Charlotte! And all of those games, I think, are fantastic. It's just this... and Harmony. I was always a little hesitant, because I was wondering, like, are they rough? I don't remember them being my favorites, by any means. And yeah, I mean... they're obviously, I think, in a slightly... I would put them slightly behind the ones I just mentioned. Dash boots received. Again, that's all well and good, but man. Double tap. Did that zombie just drop orange juice? Just potion. So if you go to fire whip to attack enemies. Yes. Why is there a graveyard in the castle? I guess if you're Dracula, you can afford to be as elaborate as you want, and just... You know, it's like dudes that put, like, pools in their house, like an indoor pool. Again, if you're Dracula. Just go for it, you know? Hey, Keanu, do you know where Dracula is, by chance?
I know where the bastard sleeps. I brought him there. To Carfax Abbey.
Oh, thanks, dude. I want to recommend a couple movies for spooky season. Trick or Treat. Well, first of all, I wasn't even going to start with that one, but... Trick or Treat is a good movie. It's got a very Halloween vibe to it that I think would fit very nicely. If you're just looking for a classic Halloween movie, Trick or Treat's really good. I would recommend that Dracula movie that I keep ragging on, because for as shitty as some of it is, it's a classic as far as I'm concerned. And even the shittiness of it doesn't... It's still entertaining. Like, the shittiness is just some of the acting is a little, like, eh. But, great fucking movie. John Carpenter's in the Mouth of Madness. That movie kicks ass. And it's kind of weird. And I'm not, like, a huge horror buff. So, sure, I like the Halloween movies and all that. Like, well, Halloween 1 and 3 in particular. So Halloween 3, I think, is great. I'd recommend that one. Halloween 1 is fine. But Halloween 3, that's a good movie that I think is easily overlooked. My favorite horror movie is The Shining. Of course, you know, if you know me. What a fucking shock. But the thing about The Shining is, it's just psychologically fucked up and spooky. And the atmosphere and filmmaking are all perfect. But if you want, like, Halloween vibes, you're probably going to want to go with Halloween 3 or Trick or Treat. But yeah, I definitely recommend the Dracula movie if you like the Castlevania. Like Psycho Mantis. Ah, you like Castlevania. This does bring back some memories of the GBA launch, which I thought was great, for the most part. I mean, when I say great, it was a good launch. You had a Castlevania game. Tony Hawk 2 was surprisingly good. Mario Advance. Oh god. Look at the fucking messages on the right side of the screen. Bonehead, please, go back to playing in Oasis. It was basically Mario 2, but with big enemies and big turnips, and that was kind of it. And toad noises, like lots of toad screaming. So that was also a little bit of a letdown because it was basically the All-Stars version of Mario 2. It wasn't a brand new Mario game. But it was still good. It's just the game that I liked the most was this one on the GBA launch. I had to play outside in direct sunlight, otherwise I couldn't play. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. I don't remember what else I got for GBA at launch. Oh, now I kind of want to do a quick thing. Hang on. Game Boy Advance launch games. I want to see what else. Oh, I didn't actually get F-Zero. Pitfall. No? The fuck kind of list is this? The US price and launch titles for the GBA. Let's see. It's, yeah, Super Mario Advance, F-Zero, Maximum Velocity, Army Men. Army Men? What the hell? Why is Castlevania not listed? Did this game not launch? I am almost positive it launched. Please hold. Well, the Game Boy Advance came out June 11th, 2001, and so did this game. I don't know why it wasn't listed as a launch title from some of these hack websites, but it definitely was a launch title. And the only one I had was this. And then later I played Tony Hawk, and I borrowed Mario 2 for a little bit, but it was the same game, so I gave it back. Actually, when I say I gave it back, it was just at school. So, I remember, actually, bit of a morbid memory is, I remember being in homeroom in high school playing Game Boy Advance. I don't remember what game, but I was playing Game Boy Advance on fucking 9/11. How about that shit? Not that this is, like, a completely outlandish potentiality. Like, it came out that year, and I was in homeroom, and classes didn't start yet. So, if, you know, I had it with me, I'm gonna play a little bit. Now, I don't remember what else came out on the GBA first year. That's definitely a gap in my memory, just like a blank, is how the fuck don't I remember what games I had that first year? And I'm very curious, so I might have to pause again and look up a thing. I hope you don't mind. I'm just very... not nostalgic. Yeah, well, this game is making me nostalgic, but also I want to place the GBA's, you know, game releases, because I can't do that right now, weirdly. Castlevania usually has really good first area themes, and I think this is a fucking phenomenal theme. Maybe underrated too. It's got like a good momentum to it. It's minimally spooky, but it definitely has like a heroic action feel. So equip body, equip arm. I don't think you can... there's only one whip, which I think is just the vampire killer, right? So the only things you can do with your weapon... That's the thing I love about Symphony that this didn't have. Don't get me wrong, the whip is a fine weapon throughout the Castlevania series, but I love different weapons. Weapon variety in a Castlevania game, or in any video game, makes me happy. So the fact that this only had whip... it's a little disappointing, truthfully. Hang on, I'm gonna just double check that I got this area of the map explored. There are hidden walls. I don't think there's any here, but, you know, in general. Oh, I think I know what was over there. I'm a dumbass. I needed, like, a better jump to get over there. Well, even if you backtrack and hit a dead end, it's more experience points. Okay, I want to find out what games came out the first year of GBA. Hang on. So it was either this or Mario, because that first year was light. Mega Man Battle Network. I didn't have that. I didn't have F-Zero. So shit, I don't know what game it was that I was playing that year, but I think for a little while there, the library, like, I was just not playing a lot of GBA games. Because again, you'd only be able to, like, kind of afford, like, a couple games a year anyway. But in any case, it was a good system. Wario Land 4, which I didn't play until I streamed it years later. I don't know why I missed that one. Part of me was hoping there would be a Game Boy addition to the Nintendo online service, so I could replay Wario Land without having to shmemulate it. Whatever that means, right? I don't even know. What does that word mean? I do like that you can just melt bats by spinning your whip. You could tell they're still trying to, like, Iga is still trying to figure out the Game Boy hardware, the GBA hardware, with this game. But, so it goes for launch titles. I feel like using fire on a fire beast is maybe not the best idea I've had. Bubbles. Having fun yet? Good, good, good. Well, the game is a little difficult, isn't it? Isn't it? Oh, well now that fight's gonna be even harder because I didn't save after I got the leather armor. Well, shiver me fucking timbers. Haha. Alright, well, hopefully I'll get some armor or something. I'm gonna go this way first. I only avoided going this way because I wasn't sure if I could get back up. Oh, what do you know? You can get back up. I wanted to do a loose Castlevania favorite game ranking, which I'm gonna say, of course, starts with Symphony of the Night being my favorite. It's just perfect to me. Well, not perfect in the sense of, like, it's a well-balanced game, because it just gets too easy. All that for holy water, eh? Alright. But it's still a fucking great game, and the art and the music and everything just combined to make something that will always make, you know, have an impression on me. Make an impression on me. I would say number 2 might be Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. Not Aria of Sorrow, which is great, and some people prefer that. I'm gonna say Dawn of Sorrow, because I like what the DS brings to the table. Except having to draw a rune after you defeat an enemy. If they could release a DS collection and get rid of that, Dawn of Sorrow would be even better. It's just that good of a game as far as I'm concerned. I think it's the second... I think it's the closest they got to recapturing the Symphony of Night magic. And some would say Aria of Sorrow does that a little bit better, but I think it's also a great game, but I like Dawn a little bit more. Number 3 would be Aria of Sorrow. So that's my 1, 2, and 3. And then I would put Castlevania 4. If we're doing classic Castlevanias too. Castlevania 4, followed by Rondo of Blood. Then I would throw in Castlevania 64. No, I'm kidding. No. Then I would probably put, Order of Ecclesia. Portrait of Ruin. Castlevania 3. And then... we'll see. I'm not sure where this game is gonna go. But maybe this game, and then, like, the original. But the original, you know, is still very... I don't know, it's still pretty good for what it is, but it, you know, it's an NES game that has some balls difficulty. How much experience do I need for the next... Oh, very little. I want to level up one more time before Cerberus. I hope I don't have to grind too much in this game, but then again, I think I kind of have to, knowing what kind of game this is. Another good game that should have been kind of included, in my opinion, on this collection, instead of Dracula X, and I think Dracula X is pretty good. Where would it go on my lists? Maybe below this, you know, wherever this may end up. Because it's good, but it's nowhere near as good as Rondo. Oh, Bloodlines would probably come after Portrait of Ruin. The only problem I have with Bloodlines is it's a great game, it's just so fucking hard. Wow, my whip does more damage when it's not on fire. Who would have thought? Easy with holy water. Well, Zagreus is gonna be pissed. Double jump. So yeah, my Castlevania rankings are very, very loose, spur of the moment. I mean, I didn't even include Castlevania 2, which would not, it's not one of my favorite games. And I also have only played it a little bit. I didn't own it as a kid, which explains probably why it wouldn't be on my list, but you know, some people love that game. Castlevania 64, I think, is better than some people give it credit for, but that would still be at the bottom of my list. Never played Lords of Shadow. I played Mirror of Fate on the DS, on the 3DS, and I was like, nah, I'm good. It was fine mechanically, but it wasn't the Castlevania game that I wanted. It just didn't scratch the itch from a mood perspective. And from a gameplay perspective, sadly. Oh, that's good music, too. I know there's a hidden, thing up that shaft. So it is you who is called Shaft, or whatever that line is. So you are the one they call Shaft. So you are the one called Shaft. So you are the one who is called Shaft. So you are the one who is Shaft. So you are the one named Shaft John. So you are the one named John Shaft. One of those lines. So Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth, that was what I meant to say. My thought got scrambled, but while Dracula X is a fine video game in its own right, where's Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth, which was a WiiWare shop exclusive that was a remake of the the original Game Boy Castlevania, which was way better than the original Game Boy Castlevania because that game sucked! That's the kind of stuff that needs remakes. You know, classics should get reimaginings, but if you're gonna remake a game... Brain float. Oh, fuck. Yo, I'm a floating brain! If you're gonna remake a game, remake a shitty game like that one. Oh, the flea men do a lot of damage in this game. They're annoying little bastards. So yeah, Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth would have been an excellent addition to this collection. I can only hope if they do a DS collection, which this will probably do pretty well. A DS collection would do, I think, even better. With the bonus of Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth. Listen, Konami, like, chisels dick by the gallon. And they're not even, like, releasing games. I don't know what they're doing. They're like, they're sitting there with their thumb up their ass, hoping that their pachinko machines are gonna just keep, like, bringing money in, which sadly probably will work. But Metal Gear has gone to waste. They're not really developing much. I mean, they developed a Castlevania mobile game, which wasn't apparently terrible. But if they're just, like, if they're just outsourcing companies to port their games over, I don't see why they wouldn't do a DS collection. I mean, at this point, I've somewhat recently played all of the DS games. I still have my original, games. I wouldn't even really want to replay some of that stuff because it's been too soon. But it would be nice to have. And it's also kind of poetic in some ways that it's, also portable. Die, monster. Oh, it didn't drop its card. Okay, so there's obviously rooms that I need to come back to later. The question is, how much backtracking do I want to do now? And the answer is, I just got roped into it, so I'm gonna just keep going. I think I can now do these. God damn it, Earth Demon, give me your card. Lament of Innocence. Oh, I always forget about the PS2 games. And again, every time I talk Castlevania, I probably bring this shit up. I do my rankings, perhaps. I don't know. But there were 2 PlayStation 2 games. One was Lament of Innocence, which I had. Still have, too. And I remember it being pretty good, but I never finished it. And Curse of Darkness, which I wanted, but never owned until I emulated it years later, and it was just mechanically so simple that I got kind of bored. Which sucks because it is a 3D Castlevania game with the Symphony of the Night style collection and exploration. It just didn't do it for me. I feel like the 3D Castlevanias, there was, just something missing. Like, the gameplay just kind of felt a little flat for me. And then, apparently, the good 3D Castlevanias, I say apparently because I haven't played them, were Lords of Shadow, and of course those are God of War, if you remember God of War. Do you remember God of War? Because it's different now. God of War is not the same God of War it used to be. Not that I have a dog in that race, because I have not really played God of War either. I have played Twisted Metal and many other video games like Bomberman 64, but for some reason, if you can believe it, I have never played God of War. Alright, well, backtracking successful. Still have a little bit more backtracking to do. Well, actually, I have to just get back to where I was. Oh my god, please! I feel like it wouldn't have been that much effort to just change a line of code. I don't know how they do these ports. I'm not a wizard, but it kind of seems like it would just be a quick, I don't know, one line of code to have like a hotkey so that you don't have to double tap to run. Maybe they could just do that. Like, you know, one line of code. It's that easy, right? Yeah, because now double tapping, my thumb is already starting to hurt. So I actually... Oh, great. Great. Already forget. Already forgetty. That's my name, Already Forgetty. The Curse of Darkness game, I've given 3 separate tries, and I quit around the same time each and every time. Which indicates to me that maybe it's just not a game for me. Which is a shame, because it stars Hector and Isaac from, you know, the Castlevania TV show, which they're different characters. I mean, I don't even know if their storyline is anywhere near what it was in the game. I don't think it is. I think it's somewhat loose inspiration. Oh, it's a pretty good lucky find, I guess. The fuck? Oh. I wanted to enjoy the music, and it took the music away from me. So today, my studio session was canceled, and, you know, Joe wasn't feeling all that good today at all, and I think he'll be alright. Nothing serious. And so, I didn't have a session, and I was a little bummed, but that's okay. So, beautiful weather today. Like, genuinely great, like, fall day. Little hot, which I'm all for that. And I went to the Feast of San Gennaro in, Manhattan. which for those that don't know, that means Saint Gennaro. And what do you do there? Well, it's on Mulberry Street. Mulberry Street, which is Little Italy. And it is a big Italian feast that I used to go to when I was a kid. And you get Berjol Heroes, sausage and peppers, cheesesteaks, you get cannolis, and boy did I get me some cannolis. The Cannoli King is there, everybody. The Cannoli King. Yeah, and you just walk around, there's vendors, people selling shit, mostly food, music. It was weird though, because of all the fucking outdoor dining, there were so many, like, wooden boxes with windows that are, I guess, outdoor compliant. I guess. It's kind of strange. But it meant that there was a lot less room for the feast, so I think they actually extended it a couple blocks in a couple directions. But it was fun. It was fun to revisit. It was a little chaotic. It was very busy. But I found an amazing parking spot just by chance. And I was so incredibly thrilled to get a free parking spot in Manhattan on a Friday. Blew my mind, man. But I got sausage and peppers, and it was delicious. It's just street meat. It's just a fucking street vendor. Well, I mean, they do that specifically for events. So it's like good quality stuff, but you know what to expect. And I got a tiramisu cannoli, and I got a chocolate dip cannoli. Now, some of you may be saying to yourself, Vinny, what the fuck is a cannoli? Well, let me tell you, it's like a jabroni. First, you take the gabagool, you combine it with the supersad, then you add a little bit of mozzarella, and then you add the meat of the cannoli, and it's delicious. There we go. That's what I wanted. Poison Whip. Man, this is a great song. So yeah, I'm not really one to celebrate Italian culture. It has become this thing where, everyone, you go there and you buy like a little devil horn and a pepper and Viva l'Italia, and it's like I went to school with some people that their entire identity was the fact that they were Italian American and they were born here. And it got really overwhelmingly annoying, and I'm sorry to say that. For me, rolling the dice before you're born and then like, oh, well, you have Italian heritage, I'm gonna just like always talk about it and always make it my, like, things that you can't control before you're born, when you're born, if that becomes the most prominent part of your personality, like, you got anything else? What do you like? What do you do? I don't know. Viva l'Italia, I guess. Buy a fucking pepper. So that's not really, like, people like to fetishize the New York Italian. Trust me, I've seen it. But also, it's a Sopranos thing. It's the mob movies. It's the whole package. I'm not entirely, like, disgusted. I'm not, like, upset by my heritage. I think it's fine. I didn't control it. It just happened. It's totally fine. I'm sure Italy's a beautiful place. I've never been. And the food is good. Italian food is not my favorite food. Though pizza is my favorite, so I guess that's Italian. Never mind, pizza's my favorite, sure. However, love me some Italian dessert. cannolis are genuinely fucking phenomenal if you get them from the right place. And yes, a cannoli is a weird name. It's a funny word. Many Italian words are funny. But, you know, like this game, you collect cards, and you just have to play the cards that were given to you and try to, you know, make the best of it. And for me, the best of it is I live in New York City, which is a city I love dearly. I may not get down with all the aspects of the city. And yeah, there's some pee. But you can get any food from any culture. It's a big melting pot. You learn that people do not give a single fuck about you. And yet, everybody kind of just works together in being miserable. Which isn't even true. I really don't think the city, New York City, is not as mean of a place as people make it out to be. You're gonna see someone vomiting or J-O-ing in the street at some point, I'm sure. But that's just big city for you. You're also gonna see a rat stealing garbage, I'm sure. But you gotta, you know, realize that you can get great experiences. There's a store for every single thing that you would want. There's beautiful sights, like trash. No, the buildings are really cool. There's all kinds of cool art installations. The museums in the city are fucking phenomenal. There's like just this electricity, this like vibration when you come to Manhattan that you just feel. And I still feel it because I don't live in Manhattan, which, you know, not all parts of New York City look like Manhattan. So for me, going into what I call the city is still an event. And I still love it. And going to like a little feast and seeing everybody there, and you know, it's a beautiful day out today, clear, light breeze, a little hot, minimally hot. It made me really appreciate where I live. What sucked was me having a headache, but I think I'm over that now. So I got this Venus card. What does this do? It doesn't tell you what it does until you figure out what it does. And Sonny Jim, let me tell you, I have no idea what that would be. Like a power whip? Inflicted damage increased by 25%. That seems like a pretty good catch-all if you just need extra damage. Maybe the other one is defense? Okay, not that I'm aware of. So walking down Mulberry Street, there's a lot of like tourist trap places, you know, because it's right near Chinatown too, which I also love. Fantastic Chinese food restaurants over there, but you know, if you're on Canal Street, people are gonna start like peddling their wares, and like it's like Wildwood. They're like, no, come in, come on, check this out, check this out. and it's just like bootleg designer handbags and perfumes and all that stuff. So I'm walking down Mulberry Street, and there's t-shirt shops, and it's all like, not all, but there's a bunch of them that are like ultra Italian themed. What I mean by that is one of them was a shirt that said Bada Bing, and it had the silhouette of the naked lady from The Sopranos. One was like a license plate that said New York City Mafia. So, you know, the fetishization of the mafia, it's always been absolutely fucking bizarre to me, but, you know, I can't deny there's been some good movies and TV shows about it. And maybe that Sopranos movie will also be good, I don't know. Is it Will-O-Wisp or Will-O-the-Wisp? Will-O-the-Wisp. I get conflicting information per game. Anyway, yeah, there was that. There was Godfather shit, all kinds of like mafia t-shirts, and I'm like, yeah, these are my people. Oh, I like this to myself. Vinny, we're home. There is Vinny's Nut Shack, or is like Vinny's Nutsack, or really Vinny's Nut Stand. That was what it was. There was a place literally called Vinny's Nut Stand. I think of a nut stand as like someone standing on their nuts, like a handstand, and like doing shots of Bacardi or something. I don't know. So yeah, there was Vinny's Nut Shack. I have a picture of it, but I'm much too lazy to bring that over to the computer. Also, if you're on Mulberry Street and you see a giant cannoli, don't be fooled, okay? Cannoli King is fine. I'm sure there's better cannolis. What I had today, I don't remember the stand, but like where I got my cannolis that I got today, but they were fantastic. And it was not from Cannoli King. They are self-proclaimed, right? They were not voted into power as king. And therefore, I'm going to say that they should abdicate. They should abdicate. But the thing about Cannoli King is that they have a big-ass cannoli. There's literally a giant cannoli on the side of the building, and they like bring out another cannoli during the feast. So when you see that, you might be hypnotized. Like that odd-looking duck that Norm talks about. Telling you, don't look into its eyes. Some of you may be saying, Vinny, I still don't know what the fuck a cannoli is. Well, you see, what they do to make a cannoli is they basciatone the bruttilo into the scrantotisto, and then they lambandandonda into the cannoli meat, and that creates a nice what we like to call in Italy a bustange, and then you can roll that flat into the cannoli, and you sometimes need a little oil, but most of the time you don't. What you want to use instead of oil is 100% pure bustindando, and then a little bit of bustingialando, and then a little bit of that boss from Final Fantasy IV, of course. Always him. And then once you're done rolling the El Bastardo into the Bacardi, you just end the bit. You just have to stop the bit because it's not really that funny. And you're not Conan O'Brien, so don't do bits like this that you can't follow through on. And that's how you get a cannoli. So the cross is obviously the best sub-weapon. Yet again. And I will not be letting that sub... Oh, funny numbers! That's nice. Isn't it nice when the funny numbers surprise you? So there's an electric skeleton. I could spend some time trying to grind that card. Not sure if I want to yet. Now that Spooptober is coming up, if you have any spoopy games that you think might be fun for me to check out, there will be less Spooptober content this year, just by nature of my schedule being less, and I'm not streaming, but I'd like to do some spooky stuff. So if you have any suggestions for something that might be a little spooky, something that maybe the audience would enjoy, I would enjoy, let me know. Once I get my, well, once I find time, I should say, I'll do Phasmophobia's new update. There's a single-player mode now, which means you just don't connect to a server, you just play the game. Which, like, that makes sense. Should have just maybe been there from the start, but there's all kinds of new stuff in Phasmophobia. And it's been a year since I played that, so there's gonna be many interesting things to discover in that game. And that's still one of the not few, because video games, I always used to say, well, you know, I don't get scared by video games. I mean, I've proven myself wrong time and time again. I do. It just has to be the right game. And I think Phasmophobia is one of the most frightening games I've ever played. If not the most. And it's because of VR. But it's the subtlety and the cleverness of the way the game tries to, like, fuck with you a little bit. It's not even overly clever, but what I mean is it's more just this kind of dread of not knowing when the ghost is gonna show up. And then because you're totally immersed in the game, it fucks with you. It really fucks with you. If you haven't played Phasmophobia in VR, it is a thing. It is definitely a thing. High recommendation. Maybe a top 3 VR experience. And I haven't done VR in a while, too, so revisiting anything VR is going to be kind of fun. I'm still so upset about the exclusivity shit. Listen, a lot of people don't want to get Oculus stuff because of Facebook on principle alone. And the fact that the market, like I said, there's this newly budding market of VR stuff, which it took me, you know, years. It took years to convince me that the VR was even worth it. And I finally get an Index, and it's fantastic. And I'm having a great time with it. And all these cool games are getting announced for Oculus exclusive. And then I'm like, ugh. It's just fracturing the market. And it just means also to me that defense increases, the percentage of map uncovered increases. Okay. Ooh, this is a cool whip. Long whip. I thought it was gonna be lightning. Earth whip to attack distant enemies. Sick. But I got an earth card off of an electric skeleton. All right. So yeah, I think it's also a good time for a new headset. Or at least in the next year. Not like I personally need one. I think the Index headset is perfectly viable. And it still looks good. And compared to the previous ones I've tried, you know, it's great, but that's what I'm most excited about for VR, is because if the Index headset is as good as it is already, I'm really curious to see what's going to happen in the next 5 years. Like something much more lightweight, with a better resolution, better field of vision, like full, accurate eye tracking, maybe no need for base stations. I don't know how that would work, but definitely room for improvement. But I was blown away the first time I put on that Index headset. I was like, yep, this is amazing. Compared to what I had played with the Oculus DK2 5 years prior, it's like, fuck, this is immersive. But yeah, there's some issues. There's definitely some issues with that Index headset. The least of which is the resolution, because it's for most things it's pretty good, but that improving that is only going to go further in making the thing better and more immersive. But right now, I would say the biggest issue is field of view. And I do think eye tracking, if used intelligently, could really like do a lot, so that whatever you're focusing on, whatever your eyeballs are looking at, that goes in focus. It'd just feel a lot more realistic. Or we could just say fuck VR and just wait for Gabe's like neural brain pattern linking bullshit to happen. Whatever that is. Jack off to the Matrix. I mean, jack into the Matrix. Whoa. Good noodles. I used to eat the noodles there. You know, Chum. So, for those worried that I'm going to burn myself out on Metroidvania games before Dread comes out, it's okay. I'm probably not going to be playing another Metroid game before then because of this. And I feel like this also fits the vibe for Halloween a little bit, at least to just get us started. And, you know, Metroidvania, or as Game Maker Toolkit has called it, search action. I like the search action moniker even a little bit better, I think. Because Metroidvania is all well and good, but it is also very, just calling a genre two game names put together is a little lazy. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I'm not, like, opposed to continuing to call them Metroidvanias. It does its job, but I liked the search action moniker maybe a little bit better, too, because it's just more generic, and, I don't know, it feels like it works well for me. Oh, look at that. Warp. It's locked. Oh. Wait, you're telling me Dracula locked his goddamn door? I'm not gonna go back down that cave, that area yet, because I don't want to, have to go all the way back, but... there is something secret over there. There's a hidden thing there. One of the things that I like about Symphony over a game like this, ooh, spicy voice crack, is that a lot of these secret areas, you could have like a really cool weapon, and even if you don't use the weapon much, it's just cool to look at and enjoy the effects and everything. Whereas a game like this, the secret stuff is life up, which is, you know, useful. I'm not sure if there are any hidden cards that you get from just exploration, or if you have to just kill enemies. I don't remember. Maybe there would be a secret room that has an enemy that you have to farm to get the card. That could be a thing. But I guess I like the Symphony of the Night formula of you're rewarded for finding these secrets with, you know, something really interesting. Even if it's, like, beneath you at that point. It's just, like, kind of fun to collect. But in this game, it's more just armor and wrist... two types of wristband! Yeah, it's like, alright, fair enough. There was definitely attempts to simplify the formula back to its original, you know, Castlevania form, but still have the exploration that people liked, as I said when I first started playing this today. And there's nothing wrong with that, because this succeeds at what it sets out to do, but compared to some of the other entries in the series, it doesn't really have the same... I don't know, the exploration isn't as rewarding. But so far, it is definitely a fine entry into the series, and one that I'm glad I'm finally able to re-experience. It sucks that Metal Gear and Castlevania will probably lie dormant. You know, it does. But there is a tremendous backlog of good material, and if Konami wants to release them in forms that are very playable, like this, it's something. Now, how Square brought back ActRaiser, which, again, I'm a little bit iffy about it, because I like ActRaiser, I'm not sure I'm gonna pick that one up. And there are many reasons why, but I'm a little weird about the style, too. It doesn't feel... I don't know, it doesn't feel quite like what I thought ActRaiser was. and I hear there's a lot of padding. But, I would love if Konami would bring back Jackal. Oh, wait, that's Capcom. Wait, is that Konami or Capcom? I always fucking forget. How do I keep doing this? I think it's Konami. It's a little easy to get them confused anyway. Extraordinary to be dropped into the abyss and still live, but your luck is about to run out. Get out of my way! Child, before I finish you, I will tell you some news. Your precious master is already in our power. What? That old man will feed us with his soul. The rite has been prepared, and we only await the full moon. No! Wait, is this death already? I'm not sure if this counts as death because it is necromancer. Wouldn't a necromancer be considered a bad thing? Like, if you're romancing necro? Isn't that what that means? It's a little weird. Oh, it's not really death. It was fake. It was jape death. Very good, yes. I know Master is still alive. Hold on, I'll be there. So, where is Hugh? Well, where is you? Tackle received. Forward special move button makes the player charge. Some blocks can be destroyed with this move. And so it is. Oh, you can actually kill enemies with that. It'd be cool if I died, like, right now. Just before the save point. That would be really cool. Very open-ended map. Not necessarily complaining, but it's just many options, many areas. This has got increased strength, but lowered defense. I'm gonna keep the defense. The fuck is wrong with the moon? Was that like that on the fucking GBA? Oh boy. Because this doesn't seem like, you know, it seems like it's being emulated. It doesn't seem like they had to redo anything, so why would the moon be crusty like that? Castlevania Crustal of the Moon. Yeah, I'm at that point in the night where the commentary has dried up. Much like insert disgusting analogy here. Why would you think that? Ugh. After getting the cross, every candle that's not hearts is just an inconvenience. Which way do I go? Nope. Just gonna go back up that way. Try to at least find the next area. Well, the charge maneuver does damage, but I wouldn't recommend it unless you can one-shot. Also, when I'm done here, I'm gonna load up a quick new game of Harmony of Dissonance, just to show those who have never seen it what it looks like. Because visually, I think it's better than this, if I'm not mistaken. Visually, it's better. Audially, it is beans. Like the audio embodiment of a bean. It's like they put beans in the speaker. But yes, let me tell you, life has its ups and downs, and sometimes you gotta put effort into figuring out how to get through those downs. And I've been doing better. Been doing, just in terms of, you know, getting through tough times. Living healthier doesn't mean that your brain doesn't begin to rot. So, I know it's not the coolest band in the world to like, but Phil Collins' Genesis, there's a song called Home by the Sea, which I always thought there's a lyric as we relive our lives in what we tell you, I think is the lyric. Great song, by the way. I love that song. But I always thought it was about like an artist, like a, you know, a band or an artist telling their audience like malarkey, or just these stories, or, you know, reliving their lives through music. Which I guess makes sense, but the thing about it is, I learned it was about apparently a haunted house where a burglar breaks into a house, and the idea originally was the burglar breaks into the house. Oh, miracle armband. Increased luck. Sure, I'll take it. And the ghosts are lonely, so they force the burglar to stay there with them. That is apparently what the song is about, but then apparently Phil Collins said that he wanted to take it on take it to a different level, and also make it about the ghosts of one's past trying to escape them, but they want you to be there with them. It's like, no, keep us company. And that's a long-winded story, but it's also kind of what the brain rot is. And some would say, well, forehead, just don't do it. Just don't, like, let your brain rot. Easier said than done. So that song just reminded me of that. And also, where the fuck am I supposed to go next? I'm gonna go up. These castles are not made in any reasonable way for a human being. If you really look at them, like, it's just a bunch of half stairs, and then like 30 feet between. Like, Dracula, you're kind of a dick, dude. I guess that's what he's most known for. They don't call him Dracula von Kind. Thank you very much for the compliment. I appreciate it. At some point, I'm going to have to climb those brains. See, the thing is, my memory is not great. So looking at the mini-map, trying to figure out what the area looks like, I usually don't remember. And that does not help. Okay, well, that has a card. I will now waste all of our time by trying to get this card. It is a useful tool. I just wish it didn't... The thing on the right that shows you the thing's name and if you got the card or not. Like, I think that's a fantastic tool, because now I can... Especially in this game, because in Aria of Sorrow, you know everything has a soul that you can absorb, but in this game, you don't know if something has a card or not. So having that is very helpful. I just wish it didn't pop up every single time you hit the enemy. And instead popped up, like, you know, once, and then with a second cooldown. 2-second cooldown. Sorry, I'm just trying to be a backseat developer here. I'll try 5 more times. That's 1. Are there any Nova skeletons about? Every time. That's 2. That is a stylish suit. Not what I was hoping for, but increase in strength. Little bit of a decrease in defense, but I can deal with that. It's 3. Or was that 3 before? It doesn't matter. We'll just, you know, just keep going. Thank you for the stylish suit that allows me to kill you in 1 hit less so that I don't get hit with the fireball. That was good. Oh no. You begin to feel the pull of the hallucination, of the card addiction. This is me trying to get a shiny Charizard. The shiny Charizard is just a symbol. It's just symbolic. What does it mean? It's just, it encapsulates the eternal, like, quest to find the thing that you feel is missing in your life. That's what it is. That's what the shiny Charizard is in our hearts, in our souls. And what happens when you get the shiny Charizard? Nothing. You just hold it. You look at it, you hold it, and that's it. Okay, 5 more times for real. And then you know what happens? Then they release another set, and there's another shiny Charizard that you have to get. Because no matter how many shiny like, you can buy a ton of cards. and then you can get a couple cards that are worth some real money. But if you know, go by the actual card drop rate, not in this game, in real life, you will have spent more trying to get that card than how much the card is worth. Which is also symbolism. It's an analogy. Analogy. It's an anal loogie for... It's really, you know, you can spend so much of your time and life force trying to get the thing that you think is missing. But when you get the thing you thought you needed, you realize that, well, you can't get that money back, just like you can't get that time back. And there are so many other things you could have done. What are the things? Learn to paint. You know, kayak, I guess. What do people do that they say is fulfilling? Skydive? That seems like a stupid one. Jump off a cliff attached to a cord. Read a good book? What is it? What is generic life and soul fulfillment? I wonder. I don't know, but this is driving me a little fucking crazy right now, and I feel like I'm trying to make a point about not wasting one's time while wasting one's time, and all of yours as well for some reason. But you know, that's the thing. So here's let's go into this topic. If you're still here, you're brave, but even though I've slowed down and I make maybe half as much as I used to, or just over half, why don't I do even less? You know, people worry about me financially, but I save. And I live well below my means. So, why do I keep making this stuff? The truth is, I think I'm a lazy bastard, but I'm also a workaholic. I'm a little bit of a paradox. I say workaholic, I'm not. Like, I'm not real work. Not in the sense that people are putting in 10-hour days at, like, hard labor. No. It's more, and those people deserve all the credit in the world because that shit sucks. But I have been working jobs since I was 16, and I did those 40-hour-a-week jobs plus. Finally, I got the card. Okay, so this is a fire shield. This, I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm gonna say if an enemy hits you, they get poisoned. I have no idea what this is. And this one... No idea, once again, okay. But I have it, and that's what's important. The analogy holds up. Just saying. So I like to... What I'm trying to say is, I don't have to do all this, and I could simplify even further. But I like to have a thing to do. I'm in a very lucky position where I don't need a day job. And I know this causes some people to froth at the mouth because that's what humans are. Hell, man, I would have been doing the same thing, you know, back when I was doing my 40-hour-a-week jobs and I was Dracula dead and loving it and just miserable. So, I'm sorry if it causes you to froth at the mouth to learn that I don't have a day job. The first 4 years of Vinesauce I did, like of my streaming career, I was concurrently trying to build a streaming career. I had no idea it was gonna work. How the fuck do you predict that? Before even Twitch, you know, I was losing money on a monthly basis by doing what I was doing, from web hosting to, you know, equipment, etc., etc., and I wasn't making a damn dime. There was no real way to monetize. So I'm very lucky that this turned into what it did. And it, you know, that doesn't escape me. I'm sure I need to reprioritize and reorganize my life in many ways, but I also am very appreciative that I have this. But not having a day job means that I feel like a fucking piece of shit if I don't do something. Which is why there are days where I try to take off. I can't vacation, man. It's hard. Because I feel like I need to do something. Like, create something. And some of those days it's creating a song. Some of those days it's mixing a song. Some of those days it's singing the song or playing it. You know, some days it's errands. I like cooking. Cooking is nice. It feels good to do that and have that as a thing. Machine tower. Okay, so that's got to be next. But I think that even just making a 2-hour video, sometimes I do 2 a day, and just stockpile them. I don't know, it just feels like I'm busy. Feels like I'm doing something. And I know people will like it. Even if it's a video that only gets a couple thousand views, only a couple thousand is still huge. You know, there are YouTubers that put their all into their videos. Fully edited, scripted, voiced, produced. They spend months working on one video for those couple thousand views. And I can just sit here and do spin, do how you do, spin nice. I don't know what that was, but I can do that, whatever that was, and people will watch in the thousands. As stated, I would prefer people have like a healthier view of me as both a human being and maybe not like a one-sided therapist. Sorry to say that, but I mean, it can get real scummy and weird after 11 years of experiencing what this career has to offer. It can be very nice too, but I just think that it's such an intense thing to have that connection so closely to your audience that it is nice to take a little bit of a step back. And also to you, the audience member, if you're like, Vinny, I need your streams to fall asleep. It's like, well, I understand, but also, like, there's a person at the other end of this who, you know, has his own problems and struggles and, you know, voids. So the point I'm trying to make here, if there is one, I think there's one. Just give me a moment here. Is that it's a very intense thing for me. But from a purely like workmanship point of view of like producing something that people will enjoy, it's very gratifying. And those couple thousand views, or sometimes 10,000 or 20,000, may not seem like a lot in the grand scheme of the biggest YouTubers on the platform, but it's a lot for me. And it means like, fuck, I have purpose. I want to make something that people will enjoy. And hell, if you have to fall asleep to it and you like that, that's fine, I guess, as long as you understand where I'm coming from about it. But it's a very rewarding thing to do. That's why I do like streaming. People ask, how do you make a career out of streaming? I have no idea. You have to work hard, get lucky, have a specific new gimmick, or just become a VTuber? I don't know. I'm not really sure anymore. But if you enjoy the medium and you enjoy talking about games, I think people will recognize that and will want to be there to enjoy what you enjoy. That's the best I've got. I could listen to, love him or hate him, I could listen to Tarantino talk about movies for hours, because he has like a true passion for movies. Same for the Red Letter Media guys. I don't know all movies. Jay seems to know all movies. But I like listening to them talk about it. And I think that that passion shows in whatever you do. And I genuinely love video games, and I love playing them, and I think people can tell. So that's a thing that works for me, and maybe will work for you as well, or whoever. I will never be the biggest YouTuber. I don't think I do outrageous stuff, or biggest Twitch streamer, and honestly, I don't really think I want that, like, at all. This is fine. This is a good size for an audience, man, and I can, like, pay my bills, you know, and then struggle through my brain worms from time to time. You know what I mean? I have that, opportunity. But, like, the super famous shit is a little sketch. It's a little sketch. Especially because you realize, like, once you can pay your bills, the money does not buy the happiness. Like, I have, you know, I have a car I've been using for, like, 7 years. I have as many guitars as I'll need in one lifetime. I have a nice computer. I have video game. I'm good. I like that. That's fine. And then after that, it's just, like, I don't know. I mean, I think people that, like, just throw their money away and spend it on superfluous stuff are looking for that card. But they don't know what the card is. You know? What is the card? What is the shiny Charizard? I don't know. Ever searching. I also think because spirituality is such a nebulous thing for us as a species and, like, our place in the universe, we together look for that shiny Charizard, but there's so many shiny Charizards, you don't know which one is real. You don't know where to look for it sometimes. I know I don't. And sometimes you try to find that particular one and you just get ripped off, and like, they charge 3 times for the pack, 3 times the amount. And then the pack is just as unrewarding as the one before it. And then you realize that you've been talking shite for the past half hour at least, and people are just trying to fall asleep to your stream. But anyway, that's why I make music, and I think I try to put some of that into the lyrics. People are like, why don't you write love songs? Well, that's a whole separate issue. I don't really like love songs. I like songs. I don't like the idea of writing love songs. I think that's an area in which I fail, and I'm trying to figure that out. But I do think that love songs can be really cheesy, and that's just not me. I'm not Mr. Romance to write a love song, or, like, that style. So I tend to write about much more fun topics like mortality and existential dread. Space. Which, again, just trying to find your place in the universe, I guess. Damn it. How'd all this conversation happen during this Castlevania game, I wonder? Oh, the monotony of slaying that enemy over and over again, I guess. see, all that for a Hearts Max. Which is fine, I mean, it's useful, but it's not like a firebrand or a, you know, a fucking claymore, a holy claymore, Godslayer, you know, something like that. Thunder Demon has a card, but I don't think I'm gonna be fucking with Thunder Demon to try to get that card tonight. Got a magic gauntlet though. This has less strength but more intelligence. So, yeah. Clock tower's early in this game. And my recollection of this game is weird because it's like the broad strokes and some of the music, but like none of this. God damn it. Nope. No. Need the cross. Need that cross. Okay. Whoa. Try a little bit. Hard ring? Defense increases while equipped. Yeah, everything else goes down, but defense is massive. I have another one. Oh, there's no money in this game, so that means there's no shop. I just realized that. Yeah, we're doing this. Alright, that wasn't so bad. Did that say cock? Norm would be proud. Stone whip. Something. And I've become stone. Okay, I'm going to assume that that is a defensive maneuver. Okay. Just want to hit a save point. Been going for a little over 2 hours. At one point, I looked over at the time, I'm like, I'm feeling like I'm ready to turn in. And then we engaged upon existential talk. Well, not even existential, just brain psychology. Psychological brainworm discussion! We're good. MP Max. Intelligence up to 400. Yeah. That's kind of too good to pass up, I think. Could use a save point. Where's that wacky save point at? No, I don't want this stupid ring. It's fucking terrible. Pixels get kind of strange around Nathan when he runs. Excuse me. Okay, where am I gonna find a damn save point? Dying would be bad. Like, under the best circumstances, dying would be bad, but... You know, now I don't want to die at all. Were those Tusken Raiders up there? Okay, now it's time to use a potion. Oh, I forgot how remarkably low the potions are. Like, this game is difficult to the point where you can't just spam food and potions like Symphony. Alright, well this is perfect then. I'll save here. Yeah, this game is great. It is a great video game. I can I could rattle off a couple complaints, but I could just as equally talk about its strengths. And the fact that this was the first Castlevania game on the Game Boy Advance for launch as a Symphony of the Night follow-up, yeah, it's pretty good. It lacks some of the stuff that I liked in Symphony, of course, but like I said, for what it is a very good game and deserves to be played. So, while Aria of Sorrow is the crown jewel of this collection, it's a weird sentence. Crown jewel. Where'd that come from? It's true, though. Aria of Sorrow is the one that you're gonna want to check out. That's worth like $10 on its own. This is not a bad game at all. This is worth looking at. You may enjoy. But then there's Harmony of Dissonance, which is another game I haven't played since it released. And this came out a year after. I'm not even gonna... Wait. Yeah, listen to that crusty music. Hell yeah. Just the Belmont hunt for the relics of Dracula. One day, maybe I'll play this. So I'm not gonna, like, read the story out loud until I actually do play it, if I do. Because even if this is the lesser of the GBA and DS Castlevania games, I still remember enjoying the fuck out of it. Wow, that story just keeps going, and so does the castle. I just want to get a feel for the gameplay compared to Circle of the Moon and Aria, because I don't remember. I remember thinking the gameplay was good years ago, but... Well, that run animation is not doing Juiced any favors. It's very floaty. I'll tell you what, I do remember the wacky run animation, and you have the limp whip. Limp Whipskit. So, got that multi-part enemy. Yeah, like stuff like that. You know. I mean, it's not terrible, and the music is good. Just, you know, very crusty sounding. I think you do get different whip attachments for this game, and I don't remember what the magic system was. If yeah, there's a spell book. There's relics, like Symphony. Items. Okay, got nothing there. Secret info. Save room. Equip. You have body, goods, and you can use, there are some slight whip upgrades. I just don't know who approved that run anime. Like, could they have added one more frame? Maybe? Just like a singular frame? But you collect Dracula relics. Nathan Graves has a lot more weight to his movements, but it is, again, a little bit more classic Castlevania. This feels like a floatier Alucard, weirdly enough. I don't know how to explain it. It's different. Not necessarily bad, though. But again, I remember even less of this game than I remember of Circle. I just remember playing this while watching the movie A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe, so that I remember. Well, here's a spoiler for everything in the game, I guess. Oh, that's what you could do. You can use... That's... Okay, so the spells in this game involve, your sub-weapons. So that's how you find out what the fucking cards do. You just go to the cheat menu. Luck increases by 25%. Defense. Okay, so Venus plus Mandragora is good for farming. Gain experience points from walking. If stationary, health will gradually replenish. If damaged, invincibility duration is ×4. Become invulnerable? Didn't look like I was invulnerable. Well, this is helpful. This is a really, like, again, surprising for Konami. To the point where, look, you can even see what the enemy... It's a little bit cheap, but, I mean, you don't have to reference it. Most of the time, I would just go online to a wiki and look this shit up. But the fact that you can... like, find the enemy and see what they drop is pretty cool. Doesn't give drop percentages, though. Really user-friendly, really well done. I am absolutely floored that this much effort was put into these ports and this collection, whereas fucking Nintendo gave us a Mario collection that was so bare bones. Anyway, alright. Well, at some point this will be played, and I will probably take flack for it, but at the same time, I didn't make it, nor did I even buy it. But I want to check it out and see what the Switch version looks like and how it runs and everything. And compare it to one of my favorite games of all time, which is Diablo 2. You know, back when Blizzard was actually not shit Blizzard. Okay, well, Castlevania Collection was great. Circle of the Moon is great. And it was a nice surprise, and I will play more of it at some point in the future. Thank you, everybody, for watching, listening to the ramblings of a madman, and Spooptober is upon us, and I'm getting in the mood for it. So I leave you with the scariest gift that I have. See you next time.